gonna keep this hand. This is promising, actually. This is kind of promising. What's up, guys? We're back with another timeless deck. Today we're going to be playing some Living End in Best of One. So this is another new card that just got added. I knew I had to try it, and you know, we're missing a lot of the really core pieces that you see in Legacy, but I think it's enough to actually make this work. Like, we really need Shardless Agent, but we have Violent Outburst. I do have Halo Forger if you can put a Living End into your graveyard. I guess you could play it that way. But our main way to win is going to be this Violent Outburst, and if you just don't know how this deck works, if you're new to this, it's basically you're going to put a bunch of creatures in your graveyard by cycling or using their discard ability. And then we're going to play Violent Outburst, which is going to cascade. There's only one card this could hit, and that's Living End, so it's not going to get suspended. It's just going to play right away. Then we exile all creatures from the graveyard, sacrifice all the creatures, and then we put in, hopefully, a bunch of cards that we cycled. Important things to note is that this is an instant, so you can play it on opponent's instep. That way you can just like untap and win. I feel like my problem when I play this deck is I always have like this control mindset, and I'll force a will a creature, like an opponent's creature, and put it in their graveyard, and then I kind of like F myself when it comes time to combo off because I countered a really big creature spell. So don't do that. Don't do dumb stuff like me. But if you do, we also have Fairy Macabre, which it can exile cards from graveyard for free. So you just discard it, you get to exile 2 cards from a graveyard. I think this is a really good card in this deck. You know, there's a lot of reanimation stuff going on, so a way that you could exile some cards from a graveyard without it being countered is pretty nice. I'm playing a little bit more black than like most Living End decks have because I'm running Grief. I'm also running Troll, and we have Horror of the Broken Lands, just a 1-mana cycler. I think the mana base needs quite a bit of work, but I tried to go with a little bit more Surveil land so I could, you know, try to put more creatures into the graveyard. But yeah, the mana base is kind of a tough point because we need red and green, and we also need blue and black. So yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one, but I think it's good enough to get it done. All right, let's get into it. All right, yeah, this hand looks fine. I'm gonna go ahead and Grief though. See what we're working with. Man, everybody's playing Hydroponic Architect these days. So good with days. I'm gonna take the counter spell though. Okay, that's a card I need. That is a card that I need. So we'll play the Sewers. And just put Troll in the graveyard. I mean, we can go for it next turn. We'll use the Tarn to go get, I don't know, Stomping Ground. Any red source. I guess we're just hoping they didn't find a Daze or something else annoying. Force a Will. Interesting, they played a basic land before. Brainstorming. They had another Hydroponics though. I mean, what are the chances this resolves? The thing is, the longer the game goes on, the less of a chance we have. I'm just gonna go for it. Okay. Oh no, you're countering that? Well, I think our living end should resolve. I'm just gonna put a fairy in our graveyard. Nice. Alright. We will take your mana drain. Nice. We pulled it off already. We go first. This hand looks decent. It looks decent enough. I guess we'll just play a Thundering Falls. I don't think I want to... I mean, I do and I don't. I need to find my Cascade. Alright, there's a Tameo, so... I don't like to see that. I'm actually going to get rid of this living end with Grief. Play around Days, you know? Just leave this untapped first. Ugh. Alright. So, we just have a mana drain to fight through as of now, and I have a Force of Will. So, I need to get a black source. I do need to get a black source, and I'll need to get a green source eventually, but if I shock, I can cycle 2 cards. Oh, okay, now we just don't have green. Huh. Huh. I should have done I should have cycled this first. I think I need to build the mana better. That's what I need to do. I think we need to build our mana base better. No Ponder. They're gonna go find a Force of Will or Daze. Okay. Okay. So I can Force a Will one thing. What I'm gonna do, this is the play. This is the play. They're gonna at my end step, they're gonna crack this fetch land. That's gonna make mana drain unplayable, and then all we have to worry about is like a Force of Will. And maybe 2 days as I don't know. So we're gonna get Stomping Ground. Alright, so they did draw a Force of Will. Come on. Resolve, baby. And they can swords and yeah, before I get a look at their hand. I mean, I guess I take Felia? That's how you do it, boys. That's how you do it. It's not lethal though, unfortunately. Hopefully they don't have like Supreme Verdict or something. Nice. All right, 2 in a row. I'm actually pretty surprised we're winning with this. Well, I have Violent Outburst, so I'm going to keep it. Violent Outburst with some Psycho cards. And a Force of Will to try to push it through. Another blue deck, though. Can you imagine that? Another blue deck. I actually like the art on this Brainstorm. This one is pretty cool. Chrome Mox. I think we're playing Show and Tell. I think. Jeez. This is a aggressive line. What? Why? Alright, not sure I understand that just yet, but maybe we will eventually. Show and Tell. So long, turtle. Alright. I drew another Force of Will, but I don't have another blue card. But the good news is, I have pretty much what I need to cascade. Except for, like, more creatures in the graveyard, I guess. Alright, so... yeah, let's see what we get here. A Watery Grave. I need, like, an untapped green. I mean, is this even worth it to get 2 creatures back? Maybe we just hold off. Alright, I like Grief. Alright, we should be good. We should be just good. I'm gonna go for it now because I don't want them to draw a counter magic. And I don't, you know, I don't get that much, but I get enough to end the game in a couple turns. Yeah. Force of Will. Hell of a card. Hell of a magic card. I drew a land. That's great. So maybe we do a little scry in here. And make our creature bigger. Put Force of Will in our hand. That way I can Force a Will, you know, just in case they go like, I don't know what how they could get out of this. Dig through time. All right. Wow. We're winning with this jank. All right. This hand is good, I guess. I think it's good. Playing a Lurrus deck. Playing a Lurrus deck. Ugh. Disgusting. Disgust me. Oh, man. So awkward. I guess if I would have played maybe the sewers, I could have maybe kept that on top, but, you know, it needs to go to the graveyard anyway. You son of a bitch. Well, that's better than them drawing a counter spell. At least for now, I know there's no counter spells. Alright, well, I need to draw a fetch land so I can go get the correct mana. I also need them to not brainstorm into like a Force of Will. That's the big thing here. That's gonna be the big thing. This has got to be like the worst matchup for us. It's like so much counter magic.
I'll aid you. So focus.
Ugh. Well, I'm gonna just play it. How you like my tutu, huh? Oh, you swords it, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. No respect, man. That is zero respect. All right, I should have just discarded it, put it in the graveyard. All right. If we draw a fetch land, I'm gonna definitely play Violent Outburst. Yeah, we're going for it. Even though it's not like that big here, but all right. Let's see the Force of Will. Come on. No, 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 no. No! No! Alright. And the thing is, too, I have 3 living ends. 2 are in exile. 1 is in my hands. I guess I'm going to just suspend this? I don't know. I think we're pretty cooked here. Yeah. I think we're pretty much done. Tease me, drawing another Violent Outburst. Not that it was gonna resolve, but I think we should just concede, and we'll save ourselves the time of watching this. GG's. All right. Yeah, this hand is okay, I think. A lot riding on this cycle. I might not even cycle it right away. I might just go get a Surveil land. I think that's a good idea. Uh-oh. Well, I might be using this Force of Will here. Why does it always have to be a grief? Why? I mean, I think they'll probably have Reanimate. Could just be like Dark Ritual and the Spy. That's probably another very possible thing. Yep. I mean, no. I was like, could I actually? I mean, if I had one more turn, I could get them, but yeah. All right, fun game, real fun game. We'll try this. Undercity sewers. I don't have another black card in my hand. I'm gonna surveil. I don't know, maybe that's a card I should have kept, but... Alright, we will continue surveilling. Yeah, I should have kept that troll so I could have played Grief. That was the play, huh? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I should have just cycled, and if I got a black card, I would have played Grief too. We're just fucking it up. Okay. Let's do some more cycling. Force of Will, not bad. Can I get a black card? No, I cannot. Cannot get a black card. I mean, I'm ready to try to win. Well, I don't like that. Oh, that resolved? Holy shit. Alright. Well, I might just be playing Grief next turn if I don't pick up something I need. I have 2 Watery Graves, right? I could also turtle and get back the Force of Will. I think we just Grief, though. Alright, well, they have 2 digs. Like, their hand isn't terrible. Okay, I guess they think it is. Alright, well, we didn't even get a combo off, but we still won somehow. Going first, I like this hand, actually. I like this hand. We'll cycle some of these trolls and get our mana online. Well, that's a big problem. That's a big problem. I mean, how am I supposed to beat that? I mean, really? They play a Tormod's Crypt? This hand looks so promising, too. It just looks so promising. Yeah, I could have used that Force of Will before, you know? My plan is just to play like a Curator. Sure. Yeah. Oh. Well, I don't like that. Discard this card, return target card, discard and return target creature. Okay, it's not permanent, it's creature. That sucks. Oh, I know how to play against this, right? So I think like when in response to this trigger, I need to cycle the troll. You know, at least get a troll out of the deal. Maybe I should do this when they're tapped out, like right now. Man, it's like they're thinking about sacking it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Alright, let's cycle the troll. I wish I would have kind of thought about that line before I dicking around. And they get the Thought Monitor, which sucks. I forgot. We force-willed that, didn't we? We force-willed that, didn't we? So we're winning this race, though. That's the thing. We are winning this race. All right. Ugh. All right. So, do they draw an answer for troll? I can still use this ability to bounce one, like if they play another creature and try to go for a triple block. Kind of a weird game. Those can only block creatures with flying. So I don't really care about that. It would have been better to just like play this without the warp cost so you could like triple block the troll. Unless they drew something to deal with the troll. And if that's the case, we will be sad. They're thinking about it. Is it deck have like a bounce spell? There's Krang. Draw a card. All right. This is gonna be for the game. I mean, they haven't conceded. Okay. They just kept, you know, they had to make it suspenseful, you know. That was an interesting one. Opponent goes first. Yeah, sure. Sure. Okay. Again, this isn't like the decks I really want to play against. I don't want people to have counter magic. Just let me play my deck and just accept it, you know? Just accept it. That's what I want. Acceptance. I don't want you to play anything. Ugh. Ugh. Let's get the sewers, I guess. Maybe I should have forced that. But I think I'd rather, I don't know. We're gonna save it until we can try to go for our combo. If that ever happens.
Tell me everything you know about this plane. Respect the library.
Just like a wasted turn here. They're like, what is that? What is that card? This guy looks cool as fuck, by the way.
Violence is not cancer.
Will we win this game? Probably not. Probably not. But, you know, we're going to have some great memories along this way of just getting our ass whooped. Tamio's already about the ultimate. So I pretty much need to draw it, like, now. In their next upkeep, I need to win. So I gotta get Hedge Maze here. I have a Steam Vents. What are we doing? What are we doing? Come on. No. Come on. No. Well. What are the chances of us actually winning after a Tamio ult? Not great. Not great. All right, let's I don't want to waste I don't want to get bogged down in this, you know. We waste a bunch of time just getting controlled out of the game. Like I want to move on. Yeah, I'll try this. We'll get rid of our living in with grief. I have force negation, which looks like it's going to be a spy deck, so maybe it's always a grief. Take force negation, dark ritual, play your spy. Okay, all right, that's better. That's not so bad. It's not as bad as them playing spy. Both of my living ends in my hand. I actually don't feel terrible about this. Until they play a spy on me. Let's get, so I don't have black yet. I have a Scalding Tarn in hand. Yeah, we'll get a black source here. It would have been nice to have that earlier. Alright, we'll just pass. Probably gonna use this. Well, I don't know. I have to shock to do that. I'll just wait and cycle this. Alright, deck, come on. Come on, deck. Maybe I should have... I could have just suspended this, maybe. I think we're just gonna discard this. Hopefully find something. I mean, we still have the turtle. We can bounce this grief if we really want to. There it is. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna pass. Sure, I'll take the hit. Okay. This is getting interesting. They're gonna go for an Entomb. Do you think they have another Entomb? Nice. Nice. Good thing we didn't waste our fairy there. Alright, we're going first. Man, 2 living ends in hand. I guess I'll keep it. I'm not a big fan of this, though. But, you know, I got a Force of Will, and I got a couple cycling cards and a couple lands, so... maybe that will do it. Or maybe it won't, you know? So it looks like a spy deck again. How do they always have a discard spell before they combo off? It's insane. Take the Force of Will. Take Living In. Unless you have Surgical. I'd be pretty happy if you picked a living end. Yeah, I don't even know why it was a question. Nice. All right. If they go for it. They have like a land spy. We can at least force a will the first spy. Dark Ritual. And then we also need them to not have like a reanimate, but it looks like they just have entomb. They're going to use a reanimate. They're going to try to get Valgavoth. Yeah, that's a pretty good card against me. Do I go Turtle? I think maybe we keep the Turtle, right? Valgavoth, like, exiles my graveyard, right? Yeah, if a card would be put into my graveyard from anywhere, it gets exiled. Alright, so we bought ourselves a little bit of time. I'm gonna go Hedge Maze. Let's see what that last card is. Yep, that's a good draw from us. That is a good draw. And I can discard this and, I don't know, pick up a Cycler. Is that worth it? I think so. All right, well now I gotta say. Okay. Where's my fairy? Like, where is my fairy when I'm playing 4 of those fairies that exile a card from a graveyard? There it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna play Halo Forger and get on them beats. Be cool if I had a living end in there. 0. Yeah, and we have to exile their graveyard before we can even combo off here, because their shit's so powerful. Oh shit, I didn't wait until they played it. I forgot. It's any graveyard. I thought it was only their graveyard. Alright, I just punted this game. Oops. I forgot Necromancy hits any graveyard. Oh, I had to wait for them to target their own Valgavoth. Alright, well, I'm bad at the game. I am bad at the game. I am bad. If we could just rip a Cascade card, Bitter Triumph. If we could just rip a Cascade. If we could get Violent Outburst. Yeah, this was a punt, man. Alright, well, we punted hard. We punted so hard. Alright, this hand's good enough. I hope it's an energy deck. I want to play against an energy deck. Start off with a little grief. It is not an energy deck. So I could take Force Negation. Yeah, I think we gotta take that. All right. So I just got to set up a turn where I can play the Violent Outburst. Get a Thundering Falls. So the problem is, yeah, is going to be Brainstorm finding counter magic. Did you find a fetch land? Yeah. Look at that value from Architect is probably the best card in Timeless right now. The best card in Timeless. Right here. With Daze. Strip Mine. Absolutely. That's awkward. I did not. My mana base is so fucked. All right, so I have 3 cards in the graveyard. All right, play that frog. They've drawn too many cards that I think I seriously doubt that we resolve this Violent Outburst. It's not looking good, boys. Not looking good. Another fetch land. Here we go. All right. God, these dimmer decks are such an atrocious matchup. It is so bad. It is such a bad matchup. Play your Daze or your First Will. Okay. I was gonna say it might be cool if we just draw another one, but hey. Oh, we did. All right, we'll wait a turn for this to get countered and then we'll concede. How about that? How about that? Maybe we'll do it in their upkeep. What do you think? They look at 6 cards and they can't find another counterspell? Unlikely. Very unlikely. Their deck is like 80% counterspells. Alright, well, strip mine is the worst. That was the worst thing that could have happened to us. Now they're gonna go treasure cruising. Tap that strip mine. Oh, come on. Alright, I'm glad we waited around for that. That's a atrocious match. I'm gonna keep this hand. This is promising, actually. This is kind of promising. Big Chief. Alright, we'll keep. Please no Leyline of the Void. Alright, show and tell maybe. Probably. That's the best thing I could have drawn against this deck. I mean, I do need a land. I think I might keep that land. So then we'll have the right colors we need to play anything we need to. Symbol of the team. Oh, this is like a old school version of show and tell, looks like. Alright, I don't want any more lands at this point. I want Violent Outburst. So I only have one card. I think I gotta wait a turn. Like, it's not enough. I kind of like doing this. Maybe try to get another Force of Will, Force Negation. I could play Halo Forger now, right? But I think I maybe keep Halo Forger for Force of Will. What creatures? So we have 3 creatures. That's enough to like one-shot them. Alright, we're just gonna pass and see what they do. Going brainstorming. I think the big thing is just going to be if they have free counter magic or not. So I need a little bit more damage, right? It's 9, 16. So I'm going to get rid of this. Violent Outburst. They're gonna have a counter spell. Then I'm gonna Force Will. And pray that this works. Okay. mean, I could surveil here and try to put another card in the graveyard, but then I guess they could have days. I guess I won't do anything dumb and get greedy. I should have sacked it there, but they're just dead. All right, no free counter magic. That was enough. Just a fun little deck that I just had to try it. I had to try a Living End and Timeless before we maybe try some more competitive things, but we actually did okay. Like, there are some games where you just lose to Graveyard Hate, but you know, I actually thought it was okay, and I think I could have played it a lot better. I played like shit, let's be real, but it was good enough to get some wins, and this deck's a lot of fun. So thanks for watching. I'll see y'all for the next one.